Mystic Past is not just history, it's the untold journey of forgotten worlds, mysterious legends, and secrets hidden in time. Deep within an ancient forest, hidden amongst the tall trees and thick undergrowth, lies an abandoned castle. It's a place where the foundations are crumbling, the roof has long since caved in, and the only sound that can be heard is the wind whistling through the broken windows. One day, while walking through the forest, a traveler stumbled upon the dilapidated structure. As they ventured further into its depths, they couldn't shake off the feeling that someone or something was watching their every move. With each step, the traveler felt as though they were uncovering secrets best left buried in the past. Here are 10 scary things found inside an abandoned castle. The discovery. The traveler had been exploring the woods for hours when they finally spotted something in the distance. At first, they thought it was just another tree, but as they got closer, they realized it was the outline of a building. Pushing through the last of the undergrowth, they gasped in amazement. In front of them stood a castle, and it looked like it was straight out of a fairy tale. But there was something eerie about the place that made the traveler's skin crawl. The windows were dark and lifeless, and the front gate was rusted shut. It looked like no one had lived here in centuries. But who had built this place, and why had they abandoned it? Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to explore further. As he walked through the overgrown courtyard, he could feel the weight of history all around him. Every step he took seemed to echo with the footsteps of those who had come before him. He could almost hear their voices whispering in the wind. Lonely Tower. The traveler soon came across a tall, thin tower that stood out from the rest of the ruins. It was as if the castle's architect had designed it to be a beacon in the darkness. The tower had once been the tallest structure in the land, but now it stood abandoned and alone. Its shadow stretched long and eerie over the crumbling ruins below. The traveler felt a sudden urge to climb to the top of the tower, as if something up there was calling to him. But as he began his ascent, he couldn't shake off the feeling that he was being watched. Faint whispers. As night fell, the traveler decided to stay in the castle and wait until morning. He made a fire and tried to cook some food, but he couldn't help but feel uneasy. Then he started to hear faint whispers echoing through the empty halls. It sounded like someone was walking just out of earshot, always just beyond his sight. The traveler tried to convince himself that it was just the wind, but he couldn't shake off the feeling that the castle itself was trying to communicate with him. Ancient ruler. While exploring the castle, the traveler came across a dusty old chest hidden in a secret compartment. Inside, they found a leather-bound diary filled with faded ink. It was the journal of the castle's former ruler, a king or queen who had lived there centuries ago. The entries told a tale of betrayal, greed, and sorrow, and it became clear that the monarch had been driven to madness by those closest to them. The traveler felt a sense of sadness as they read the final entry, knowing that this once powerful ruler had met a tragic end. Secret passage. As the traveler continued their exploration, they discovered several secret passages and hidden chambers. One led to an underground tunnel that snaked its way through the castle's foundation. What secrets did these tunnels hold? Was there a whole other world beneath the castle that was hidden from view? The traveler couldn't help but wonder. Mysterious symbols. The traveler noticed strange carvings on the walls throughout the castle. Mysterious symbols that seemed to hold a deeper meaning. Were they clues to some long-forgotten ritual or forbidden knowledge? The traveler couldn't decipher their meaning, but they couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched. The cursed legend has it that the castle is cursed, that something evil happened here centuries ago that caused everyone to abandon it. The villagers who lived nearby would never go near the place, and even the bravest of souls wouldn't stay there longer than a day without going mad. Was there any truth to the legend? Or was it just a story meant to scare children into behaving? The tower window. One night, as the traveler was writing in his journal, he suddenly noticed a faint glow coming from the top of the lonely tower. At first, he thought it was a trick of the light, but as he watched, the glow grew brighter and brighter. He rushed to the window and saw a faint outline of a person standing on the other side. But when he turned away to grab his cloak and investigate further, the figure vanished. Was it a ghost? And if so, why did it appear to him? And what was it trying to show him? Unfinished. While exploring the dungeons, the traveler came across some disturbing things: broken chains and torn fabric. It was clear that someone had tried to escape, but they hadn't been successful. Who was this person, and why did they want to escape? Had they been imprisoned here against their will, or were they running away from something? Echoes. As the traveler made their way through the castle, they couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness. All around them, the castle seemed to whisper tales of forgotten love, lost lives, and unfulfilled destinies. It was as if the very stones themselves were filled with the echoes of the past. Vines crawl up the stone walls, moss blankets the broken staircases, and roots twist through cracked floors. Footsteps once filled the halls with laughter, but now only the faint echoes of history remain. On stormy nights, a flickering light is sometimes seen in the tower, though the castle is deserted. Beneath the rubble, rusted swords, shattered shields, and fragments of old manuscripts still lie hidden. Locals say the winds that whistle through the windows carry voices of those who lived and died here. Ancient tales speak of a ruler who betrayed his people, leaving behind a curse that still haunts the ruins. The courtyard, once filled with feasts and music, now lies silent, littered with broken statues and weeds. Owls perch on crumbling towers, bats nest in hidden chambers, and wolves circle the grounds at dusk. The castle's sudden abandonment remains a mystery. No records explain why its people vanished. Though broken and scarred, the castle still stands as a guardian of secrets the forest refuses to reveal. And so the castle remains silent, broken, yet eternal. Its crumbling stones still whisper to the wind. Its lonely towers still gaze us at the moonlit sky. Time may bury its stories, but the spirit of those who once lived here will forever linger in the shadows. The abandoned castle is not truly forgotten, for as long as we listen, its whispers will never fade. This is MysticPast, where yesterday's secrets become today's discoveries.